Hey, it's Eliza Renee, and I'm back with another Sisters Connect Sunday. As promised, I'm doing part 2 to getting your house in order before 2026. In part 1, we talked about cleaning, decluttering, organizing so that you can think clearer and be prepared to plan and have a strong foundation to your new year. In part 2, we're going to talk about how you can run your household like a business. Let's jump right into it. I'm someone who has years of experience in leadership and in management. If you've ever worked with me or worked for me, you know that I love systems. You know that I love putting things together to increase productivity. Now, it took me a while to realize that I had to bring that same concept in my household. But girl, now I got it. I'm going to teach you what I did to make sure that I was just as successful in my house as I was in my career. A very successful business has 3 strong areas. Number 1 is good leadership. Number 2 is clear roles and responsibilities. And number 3, realistic and effective strategy. So now, let's bring all this in your house. We know biblically, the man is the head of the household. It's scripture, it is what it is. And the woman is the COO, aka the head of operations. Now, when we're talking CEO, we're not talking about dictatorship. We're talking about leadership. We're talking about covering, and we're talking about responsibility and vision. That is the role of the man. And the woman, I like to say, is the head of operations, aka the COO. No, it is not weakness, it is submission, but it's also influence. Because baby, what is a head without a neck? Yes, the head gives direction, but the neck turns the head. So we've established who's in charge. Can we agree that some households are not running smoothly because the woman is the CEO and the man is the janitor? Y'all better get in y'all position. So now that we've established leadership, the next thing is you have to be clear on what the roles and responsibilities are. Everybody's household is different. Your household may look different than my household, and your sister's household, and your friend household, and your mama household. It may all look different. You have to be clear on everybody's role and responsibility, whether that is the husband, the wife, the children, whoever's living and is a part of that household. Everybody has to have a role. If you go into a successful business, there is a clear hierarchy, and they have developed a culture within their company that when you walk in, you just feel it, you know it, and it's a well-oiled machine. The same thing is for your household. Who is responsible for what? So, for example, if you're traditional and you say, hey, I'm the wife, I clean, my husband take out the trash, he washes the car, he gasses up the car, I do the planning, he does the finances, whatever. That's fine. If you're traditional, that's fine. But it is okay if your household isn't necessarily traditional. You can go in a household where the woman does not like to cook and can't cook, and the man loves to cook. So your man is the cook. And you can go to another household where the man may have had a bunch of siblings, and so he helped raise his siblings, so he's more in tune with parenthood than you are, right? So he may be the one that is primarily changing the diapers or doing the parenting thing because he had that example, and maybe you did not. I know women that love to mow the yard. I mean, not me, but that's just what works in your household. You have to be clear on what the roles are. You can't expect your husband to do something that you haven't expressed the fact that this is what you want him to do as a husband. When you go to a job, don't you get a job description? Isn't there a organizational chart? Doesn't everyone have a piece of the puzzle that comes together that create the big picture? Then it needs to be the same for the house. If you went into a restaurant and everybody was standing at the cash register, and it wasn't somebody back there cooking the food, or it wasn't somebody cleaning the bathrooms, or someone waitressing, but everybody crowded up at the cash register, how successful do you think that business is going to be? Everybody got a job. Get in your lane. So we've established leadership. We've established roles and responsibilities. Last but definitely not least, you need to lock in What are the systems in your household? Now, first, before you do that, just like we talked in the last video about sitting down and coming up with a vision for your actual physical home, you also want to sit down and create a vision for your family. It's right before a new year, 2026. So it is the perfect time to sit down and say, okay, what do we want to accomplish as a family? What are the goals of the family? Where do we want to be 12 months from now as a family? You can have a vision board for your family. This is how we want the household to run. We want to go on family vacation. We want to save $10,000. Whatever you come up with. We want the kids to do better in school. Whatever the vision is, you have to have a vision for your family, not just for yourself. Once you're clear on the big picture, then it's easier to put some systems in place. The first thing you want to do is a schedule and routine system. What time do the house wake up? What time do the house go to bed? What days do we cook? What days do we eat leftovers? What do we do on the weekends? Is Saturday a cleanup day, or is it a day that everybody go and do what they want to do? What time blocks do we have in place for the kids to do their homework? Do kids still do homework? Well, you have parents that are in school. So what are the time blocks that you have that you're working on school? You have to literally write down all the things. So we know January is coming up. You've already had the big picture vision of what you want to have done in 12 months. The first quarter this is all we're going to first focus on the first quarter. Pull from the first quarter. This is all we're going to focus on in January. Looking at January, this is all we're going to focus on week 1, then week 2, then week 3, then week 4. When I say focus on, I basically just mean your to-do list. Okay? Clear as mud. So that is a quick example of a schedule and routine system. Within that, you need to have a money system, because there's no successful business, and for sure no successful household, that don't have a handle on the finances. I'm not saying that you have to have a lot of money. You just need to manage what you have. Money makes the house go round, period. You need to have a meal system. Lord have mercy. Baby, what is we gonna eat? How many times we gonna ask that? Whew, child. The meal system. If Mondays are a drag day for you, then don't make that a cooking day. Make it work for you. So you got the schedule and routine system, you got the money system, and you got the meal system. You need to come up with a communication system. There needs to be check-ins. Have you ever worked at a job that didn't have staff meetings? Have you ever worked at a job where the supervisor never communicated with the workers? No. It has to be ongoing communication. It's also for you and the children. Y'all better talk to them kids. Invite them along the journey of the vision of the house. You have to communicate with your team. And your team is everybody that lives in the house. So, family meetings, weekly check-ins. What we doing? Where are we at on our to-do list? Where are we at with the vision? What are things that we need to change? What do we need to improve? Check in with each other to see how you're feeling. To communicate your systems, you need to communicate what's working, what's not working, who needs help with what. It's a good time to remind each other of the vision of the family. It's a time to express some of your gripes. It's a time to appreciate one another. There are some of these things that you already have a good flow in, but it may be one or two things that you're like, I still don't have that down pat. And when one area is struggling, it is affecting all the other areas in your house. Just like in a business, if you had one department that was struggling and others that's thriving, the whole company is affected. You don't want to thrive in one area and be weak in one area. It should be well balanced across the board. Listen, I know that this may sound like a lot, but really when you sit down and you write it out, really get excited about it, y'all, this is it. This is your foundation. It's your place of rest. It's your place of restoration. It's the place that you should have peace. And so that's not just in your cleaning and organizing and decluttering. It's the system that you create. It's in the vision that you have. is in everybody playing their part and playing their role to make the household a success. I encourage you to subscribe and follow the page on YouTube. Hey, it's Eliza Renee. And if there's a subject that you would like me to touch on relating to faith, lifestyle, or beauty, just hit me up in my inbox on any of the platforms, and I would love to share. As always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your support, and I'll see you next time. All right, bye-bye.